live. So if we mess up, we mess up. We just gotta go. Just gotta go. So I'm here. So let's go. So let me just go ahead and get started and just get out the way, get off the table, move forward and onward. Because I know everybody and their mama been waiting for me to go live, so here I am. I'm good. I just got to start off by saying, I got a lot to say and to get off of my chest and just to get through. And I'm going to mess up some, I'm going to forget some stuff. I'm going to tell some side stories. And I'm going to be moving my iPad here and there. So you're just going to have to work with me and bear with me if you want to hear what I got to say. And if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to hear it, but it's going to be up here. So, let me just get started, man. You know, I'm guilty of a whole lot of things. Yeah, I'm guilty of a whole lot of things. But there's a whole lot of things that I'm not guilty of either. Pot stirrer, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? If I'm guilty of anything, I am guilty of being too damn loose-lipped with a whole lot of stuff. And that's a problem I done had for a long time. Being too loose-lipped with a whole lot of stuff in particular, especially when it comes to my business, my personal business, my life, my relationship. Sometimes as it pertains to my storyline. So I am guilty of that sometimes. And I am guilty of, the main thing that I'm guilty of is being too damn friendly and thinking that everybody that's nice to me or that reaches out to me or that come to me and ask me for an interview is my friend. You know what I mean? I'm very much guilty of that. And I'm learning a hard lesson in this industry and in the YouTube game that these people ain't your friends. Like, none of these people are really your friends. And you really can't trust a whole lot of folks. And that's all right. And I done made some mistakes along the way, and I done a whole lot of apologizing, and rightfully so, to a whole lot of people. But at the same time, I do have to come out and do what I do best and defend what's what. And I'm going to do that to the best of my abilities. And truth going to be told where truth is told, whether it benefit me or not. And, you know, after that, there will be no more of these. I ain't saying there'll be no more lives, but it ain't gonna be no more of these where I'm coming up here explaining stuff or shooting down rumors of this, that, and the third. After this, tonight, I'm done with these type of lives. So whatever gets said afterwards, whatever, it's just gonna get said, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. So, because I'm good. After this, it's onward and forward, right? So, I'm just going to start from the beginning of how this mess all started from my point of view. I'm going to go on down. I'm going to tell some backstories. I'm going to just tell some truth. For real. And just be done with it. So now, after this season finale of this season, as far as I knew, everything was good. As far as interviews go and all that. There's this narrative going around that because I did an interview, and I ain't gonna name drop people, so you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm a speaking code, and if you know who I'm talking about, you just gonna know. And if you don't, you just gonna have to wonder. But select few people I'm gonna name. But There's this narrative going around that I was told if I did a certain interview that I was fired. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Nor is that what I was told. The last time I spoke to that man, matter of fact, let me look and see. I told you I would be doing this a lot. Tuesday, September the 27th at 6:17 p.m. What I'm going to do right now is flip this. So bear with me. Because I'm going to show you the parts that I want you to see. And as you can see, the last thing he said to me was moving forward, right into the future. That, let me flip my camera back. That was the last thing that I heard from anybody in production, moving forward into the bright future. So as far as I know, nobody's fired. And that's not how it works. You just won't hear nothing. And you'll get the hint. It's as simple as that. So once the season is over with, there's no storyline for me to have to, look out for. It's over with. So if somebody calls for you to do an interview, it's up to you. Unless you're told that you're going to continue. If nobody tells you nothing, you just go on about your business. If I ain't heard from somebody since September the 27th, and it's now October, almost November. But anyhow, season finale, I post my girlfriend CC, and we are done. We're not out here looking for no interviews. There's this narrative going around that I go from blogger to blogger to blogger, asking for interviews, asking them to tell my story. These folks call me. These folks jump into my DMs and ask me for interviews. There's a select few that I will ask them, hey, if you still want to do an interview with me after the season. One in particular, according to Amber, I know I done said that to, Bondi Blue. You know what I mean? But these folks reach out to me. Case in point, this story that I'm about to tell right now. After the season finale, me and my girlfriend Cece, I'm now able to show her. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. My girlfriend Cece comes from Michigan to Cincinnati, Ohio to see me. We are there visiting some of our friends that live in Ohio. We're not out here asking for no interviews. We are enjoying each other because Cece and I have gone through a lot in the 6.5, 7 months we've been together. This is finally our time to enjoy each other. So that's what we're doing. At our friend's house, enjoying each other. I get a phone call from a blogger that I had the utmost respect for and that I was really, really close with. Real close with. Like a mother figure to me, basically. I get a call from her. I warned Cece that once I started posting her, that more than likely after the season is over with, people is probably gonna call and try to get an interview because you are with me. So I know you're probably not comfortable with it because Cece is not comfortable in front of the camera. This is my thing. This ain't her thing. So I know you're gonna be out of your comfort zone, but just prepare yourself, Yeah, me and Cece are good. We strong. We still together. She just home. She in Michigan. I'm here. But yeah, no, we good. We good. We strong. But yeah, I wonder, that people gonna call for interviews. I just had a feeling, I knew it. And sure enough, we sitting in Cincinnati, Ohio, at our friend's house, and I get a call from this blogger who was my favorite at the time. And basically asking us to come on do an interview, let her tell her story. Cece was only familiar with a few bloggers of the show because of me. And she was only comfortable with two of them. The one that called and according to Amber. So, I made sure she was comfortable. She agreed, we went and did this interview. Out the kindness of our heart, because of who it was. You know what I mean? Because of who it was. We not looking at this like, let's get these views up. We looking at this like this is a person that I'm real close with and got respect for, so let's go do this. You like her, you comfortable with her, let's do it. Tell your story. We go out, do this interview. She gets asked a question. Because Cece and I were pregnant. We did have a baby on the way. We was pregnant. There was a baby. Is people out there questioning the legitimacy of our pregnancy? Or trying to bait me to produce an ultrasound? Let me tell you something. I don't owe nobody that. Me and Cece don't owe nobody that. That's something that Cece don't want out. And me as her boyfriend, I respect that. I seen it. My mama seen it. My best friend Derek seen it. The CC family seen it. That's all that need to see it. I can pull up my phone and still look at that thing right now. It's too hard to look at, but it was there. We miscarried, and there was a reason for that miscarriage. It was something that happened that, I don't feel like it's fair that we keep having to actually explain what happened because of what was said. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. My girlfriend Cece was asked a simple question, and it was pretty much, do you feel like the stress caused between what DAONTE and the other girl, y'all know who I'm talking about, had going on behind the scenes? And when I say behind the scenes, I don't mean professionally, because if it was professional, it wouldn't have got to that point. And she might not want to admit it, but I will. She asked what DAONTE and that girl had going on behind the scenes was a contributing factor, in your opinion, of your miscarriage. My girlfriend answered that question honestly. And honestly, it was. Nobody blamed nobody for it. It just was a contributing factor because it was. Because the reason while we was arguing that day that ended up causing what happened is because of the same thing we had always been arguing about, and it's what I had going on behind the scenes with that girl that wasn't professional. And for so long, I was defending the other side instead of the side I should have been defending. And being trifling at the end of the day on both ends. I ain't no more innocent than she was. We was both guilty of that. And so me arguing with my girlfriend Cece about that incident, about that whole situation, caused the incident that caused her miscarriage. She answered that question honestly. Nobody called nobody nothing, blame nobody for nothing. You can go back and look at that interview and see for yourself. I even blame myself for that. Because I'm the one that's ultimately had to take responsibility for it, because I'm the one that owed CC the loyalty, basically. And I still live with that guilt to this day. But it's crazy that you gotta keep actually having to Nobody wants to keep talking about the actual traumatic event. Nobody want to keep reliving it just to prove somebody else's point. And I make this point by saying, because as soon as that happened, all this controversy sparked, and this girl goes running from blogger to blogger to blogger, crying. I got all these bloggers and people blowing up my phone, asking me, matter of fact, the same bloggers that was pretty much dragging me, blowing up my phone, asking me, telling me how this girl crying hysterically because people are calling her names, asking me to do some kind of damage control. Matter of fact, let me flip my phone back over. I ain't gonna put none of this stuff on my story. I ain't gonna put nobody out there, but I'm just gonna show what I want to show. And leave it at that and let you see it for yourself. But as you can see right there, can you do some damage control for her? Why do I need to do damage control for this person? Because she's crying to these bloggers because people are calling her names. We never call her nothing. We never accuse her of nothing. We never call nobody no baby killer, nothing like that. Because other people said, I now got to go do damage control and protect this person. I'm not protecting her no more. I'm not protecting her no more, and I refuse to. So because of that, this girl runs from blogger to blogger to blogger. And then she goes to the one blogger that hadn't covered the show all season, but the one blogger that she knew was going to back her and had the biggest following. Now I'm going to go off on a little backstory about these two bloggers. I told you I'm going to keep it elegant and I ain't going to name drop nobody. If you know who I'm talking about, you know. There was a point in time where I thought that I was close with these bloggers. I thought that these people was my friends too. And this is always my downfall with these folks. I think these people are my friends. I remember these people first reached out to me. I did my very first interview with these folks. So I thought I had a relationship with them. But I watched these folks get on their panel and pretty much try to destroy me. And it just blew my mind at how these people just flipped. And I gotta debunk some of that stuff, bruh. These people sat up there on their panel and said, I came to Las Vegas and basically tried to mooch off of them. That I asked to stay at their house. Nah. I'm gonna tell you that story. I flew to Las Vegas because I fly to Las Vegas once a year, every year. I stayed at the MGM Grand Casino Hotel, where I always stay at. These people knew I was coming there. I told them I was coming. They kind of invited me over for a barbecue or something. I ended up not going. They came to my hotel and met me in the lobby. We walked the strip together. It's a video on my Instagram Live. Somewhere down on my Instagram, it's an Instagram Live video of me walking the strip with these people, having a good time. I got close with these people and thought that I developed the same type of relationship with them that I had with the blogger that reached out to me at the end of the season. And truth, I'm always going to tell truth, whether it make me look good or not. They did tell some truth. They told me that they said that they helped me out while I was there, and that's a fact. They did. We walked the strip together. I ain't go to Vegas broke. That would be stupid as hell to go to Vegas broke. Of course I had bread. I had to check into my room. I had to pay a security deposit. and I had bread. I needed money to gamble. But that's what my problem is. I gamble too much. So when I'm in Vegas, I gamble too much. And Lindsay sent me $500. Credit where it's due. She did. She took care of me. And then I sent it back the same week I got home. So she loaned it to me and I gave it right back to her. But credit where it's due. So I'm walking the strip with these folks. Still gamble too much. They took me out to eat. And yeah, they gave me $200. I didn't ask for it, but they gave it to me. I was appreciative of it. Took it. But these folks sat right there with me, talked about my whole relationship with Lindsay, had sat there with Lindsay on the phone talking with me. So it blew my mind to see these folks sit up here on their panel and say, oh, that relationship was fake the whole time. He knew it was fake. They knew it was fake. I was like, are you serious? These are the same two bloggers that made a video around that time saying, I know that it's 100% real. I know them both personally. I know it. So you basically condescending your own video, basically. It just blew my mind. But I guess that's people true colors. And I saw them once, and I kept hearing this woman say, and the second time I met him, and the third time I met him, I'm like, lady, you met me one day. Y'all two met me one day, hung out with me for a few hours, and went on about your business, and I went about mine. And I hung out with my friend Jess, and I met this modeling agency. I got all the pictures to prove it on my Instagram. You know what I mean? So, but for them to say that that relationship was fake, and they knew, and then I hear these other bloggers go out here, these two women come out here and say, I used this girl to get back on the show, or I needed her to get back on the show. Just like she didn't need me, I could have came on the show with any inmate. And I'm gonna tell this story right here. This is the first time I ever talked about this publicly to anybody. I might have told a select few people, but I'm gonna tell a little backstory about what happened after I got done filming Life After Lockup, my second season. When I got done filming that second season of Life After Lockup with Nicole now, that was April of 2021. So for about 2 months or so, I was good. Like, my season hadn't came out yet. I knew I was getting ready to be on TV, so I ain't had no plans on being in no relationship, because I knew I was about to be on TV and get a whole lot of attention. So that wasn't in the plans for me. I was just chilling, actually. I got a call from production just checking up on me. They say, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing all right. And then they asked me, have you been talking to any inmates? And I said, no. And I honestly answered, do I need to? And they said, no, we're not asking you to do that. We're just, just asking. All right. So, even though they weren't asking me to do that at that particular point in time, I took that as a hint. Are they asking me to do this? So, for a short period of time, I did find another inmate. I told this girl, hey, I'm on this show. I don't know if you cool with it. I told them about it. Oh, they were all for it. They were happy. This was not Lindsay. This was a whole other person. They were all for it. They wanted it. This girl was hesitant. She didn't want to do it. And to be honest with you, I wasn't all in it. I can't take advantage or use people like that. So I just wasn't in it, wasn't interested. Told production, never mind. And that was that. And then here comes Lindsay a month or two later. And I found something that baffled my mind today, because these people were saying that I used this girl to get on the show, and everybody knows she done said it herself. I said it. We said it on the show. She reached out to me. So I literally had to go digging, and I found the first DM I ever got from Lindsay. And what baffled my mind about this DM is that for the longest time, man, let me show you this. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is my first DM from her ever. July the 2nd of 2021. That blew my mind because for the longest time, I've been telling this story. She been telling this story. I believe this story that she has reached out to me before I was ever on TV. Because I swore that's when she reached out to me. But that should say July the 2nd. That season aired on June 18th, 2021. So I was already 3 episodes in by the time I got my first DM from Lindsay. I just found that out today. And it blew my mind. You got to see this again. If it appears the right way, hold up. That's July the 2nd, man. Hey, Deontay, thanks for the request. And then as you can see, it's actually her girlfriend that she was dating at the time, reaching out to me for her. That's July the 2nd. But these people are saying I used her, but she reached out to me 3 episodes after I was already in. And that's what I don't understand. But these folks knew all of that. And they just told a whole nother story. And I got this vibe that it was more than that. Like it was something bigger than me. Like it almost seemed like because we did an interview with somebody else, to be honest with you. And then this woman got up there and read a thread that I texted to her. And you know what she did? And she was honest with some of it, but she left some of it out. So I'm going to go up here and read it myself. Because it was just one part that got left out. And I ain't going to put none of this stuff in my story. I'm just going to tell it. This is Sunday, February the 27th. She read this herself. What are you doing? I said nothing. Just got back home, about to watch a review. I'm on the phone with that girl. Did you tell her you talked to me? I said no. He said, why is she calling me? I said, I haven't talked to her since Tuesday morning. I don't know. I hadn't talked to the girl in 6 days at that point in time. She said, she telling me you guys aren't going to work. What should I say? I asked, why is she saying that? She said, she's saying you're clingy. That is the first time I ever heard that word said by that girl. She said, I'm going to tell her I talked to you. I sent the eye roll emoji. That's why I haven't bothered her in days. You need to tell her she should call me and talk to me. That's what I mean. She keeps me in the dark and tells me nothing. I can't fix what's wrong if I don't know. She left that part out. I'm not going to tell her I talked to you. I said, you can if you want, or I'll just call her myself. This need to be solved for everybody's sake. What that means is I need to know what's going on so I can figure out what I'm going to do moving forward, because I'm in the dark. Everybody talking about that white mouth. It's called cotton mouth, man. It's called cotton mouth. All right? She said, don't call her. I said, if I'm already about to lose her, I got to say something. I'd rather just talk to her myself. Let me talk to her first. I said, okay. It just irritates me when people just switch up on you like that with no explanation and then make you seem like you the problem. I only wanted to come see her at this point because she just got out. I only got to see her once. Anybody would feel that way. I get way too much attention to be clingy on anybody at this point. I said that because around this time I'm on TV and there's people in my DMs. So what I got to be clingy over anybody for? No, we didn't break up. I said, but again, I'm in the dark not knowing nothing. But I'll let you talk to her first. Now my mind is racing. She left parts of that out. And if you're going to tell it, you got to tell, like, you know what I'm saying? And let me flip my phone over again. And again, I ain't going to name drop nobody. I'm going to be respectful, but there it is. What are you doing? Nothing. Just got back home. You see that, right? Now, that brings me to Sunday, March the 6th, man. That brings me to Sunday, March the 6th. That is a night because this woman and her husband kept bringing up this video of her and this guy kissing that I already admitted that I put out there. So let me not backtrack you to that night. Sunday, March the 6th, after having that conversation, I talked with the girl. We kind of was falling apart. I give her credit where it's due. She was kind of alluding to it, and I was fighting. I was like, you can't just give up like that. I was fighting. And she was never direct. She was never direct. I asked, are we good? Where are we at this point? The last word I got was, we're on the pause. So I carried it as that. So I'm still under the impression that we still a thing. And then Sunday, March the 6th happened. Sunday, March the 6th, I go on Snapchat, I see what I saw, a video of two of them kissing. I screen recorded, I sent it to her, and I'm mad, and I'm fussing at her, and she's blowing my phone up, trying to explain herself, and I'm not trying to hear it. I go on a tangent. Truth, where it's told, I sent it to her, and I sent it to the producer that we was working with at the time, because if we gotta tell truth be told, we were not done filming just yet. There was a break in filming. There was something that happened when we were filming that caused us to stop filming. She said it in the interview herself, COVID-19. She caught COVID. We had to stop filming for a minute. So we were not done filming yet. So I'm under the impression that we're still a thing. Because there ain't nobody being direct with me. And I would later find out why. I see this video. I cuss her out. I sent it to the one producer that we're working with at the time. And I basically quit. I remember that. I said, I'm so fucking done with this show. I'm done. I quit. I was so mad, I quit. I couldn't deal with it no more. I didn't want to be exploited no more. I was done. I quit. This producer was telling me to calm down, the executive producer, started blowing up my phone. I wouldn't answer his phone calls for the first few times. Then I answered the phone for him. He did his best to calm me down because he already knew we had to keep doing this. We already started, we got to keep doing this. He calmed me down. I go park my car over there at this food line right here, and I sit there and chill. Mad. I'm sitting in my car. I got on Suicidal Thoughts by Biggie Smalls because that's how I was feeling at the time. Laugh at me if you want to. That's just how I was feeling at the time. And I get a call from a blogger, my favorite blogger at the time. I get a call because I put a story in my Instagram the same night saying, F love, I'm done with it, I'm hurt. You know, I was hurt. I'm sitting in my car hurting. So I put that story up. I get the call from this blogger that really cared about me. And I cared about her. And I didn't want to answer the phone for her, but I did because it was her. Talked to her. She asked me what's wrong. Didn't want to tell her what was wrong at first. But it's something about that blogger that has always been able to get to me, bring me to tears, get me to look within myself. It's always been something about her, and she know how to get to me. So I cracked, finally told her what was wrong with me. I sent it to her. But I gotta defend myself because I did ask to please not make no video about that, not put it out. Doesn't need to go out because I knew it was gonna mess up what was going on. And I knew, I knew what was gonna come from it. It didn't need to go out. I just was confiding in somebody like I seem to do with a lot of people that I was real close with, or I thought that I was real close with, because I was hurting at the time. And at the time, she understood and didn't do it. And then I got a call back 10 minutes later, you're going to have to be mad at me, but I have to do this. And at that point, I was so mad, I said, I don't care, do whatever you have to do. And sure enough, a video came out, and there it was. Now, for the longest time, I've been saying that that's the only blogger that I sent it to because it's the only one that I remember. But truth, wherever it needed to be told, I was wrong. Because that very same night, March the 6th, after, talking to the blogger that I was close with and doing what I did, Sunday, March the 6th, 10:01 p.m., I also sent the same video to the same blogger that was on her panel with her husband dragging me. And for the longest time, I didn't think I did, but I actually had to go back and find this stuff. And I did. But it's something about what she said. This lady sat up there and said I sent her this video begging her to leak it. Begging her to leak it, put this out. I told him, no, that's stupid. Right, man, listen. I sent this to this blogger as a friend because I was hurting. And I thought that this woman was somebody that was a friend. And I got it right here. You can see it right there. Respect where it's due. Cover the name out, but I even call her Miss still. Video right there. And as you can see what I said, I'm so done with the whole fucking show. Blank, I'm so done. Oh my God, call me when you can. Who is that? There's a name. Did y'all break up? Right there. Did y'all break up? Right there. That's very important. That's important because this same woman sat up there on her panel and said, he knows she was broken up with him. He knows and she didn't want to listen. But you asking me right there in your own message, did y'all break up? That means that this woman was under the same impression that I was, that we were still together. It's right there. It's right there. So it just, that blew my mind. And after that, the last time I spoke to this woman, April the 3rd. April the 3rd. And then the next time I hear from this lady or her husband, last Tuesday, October 18th at 1:39 p.m. I hadn't talked to these folks since April 3rd. Matter of fact, you can see it right there. Tuesday, October 18th. I'm at work. I get this text message. Can you call me? It's important. But everybody think that I reach out to these folks. These people reach out to me. These folks reach out to me. So these people reach out to me because this girl done went and ran to them. They got an interview with her. So they asking me, do I want to come on before or after her? I didn't want to go on at all. I didn't want to talk about that stuff no more at all because people was calling her names. I was done with it after my interview with CC. But I said I'll go on after her. I let her say what she got to say. I'll go on after. She canceled. They called me again. The husband. Hey man, what you got going on Friday? Because see, man, this is the thing. I think you should come on up here and do this. Fine. I'm free at 5 o'clock on Friday. I will come on after her. Now, all of a sudden, the day of, I get the call. Hey, man, why don't you come on with her? Because if it was me, man, I'm just saying, I would defend myself. I wouldn't let nobody, talk about me, this, that, and the third. So I basically get baited into this interview because now I got my mind set on doing it. The one blogger that cared about me the most, saw that it was advertised that I was going to do it and tried to warn me not to do it. Credit where it's due. Warn me not to do it. Basically begged me not to do it. I get stubborn sometimes when I get my mindset on something. I'm ready to do it. These people done fill my head, sweet talk me with this stuff. CC was on the phone 3-way with me when the dude was sweet talking me, getting me riled up. You know what I'm saying? So fine, I go and do it. And I took the bait. And I walked in the Hell's Gate. And these same people that I thought that I was close with pretty much was cheerleading for her. And covering up what everybody knows was the truth. And I got up there and spoke the truth. Maybe I was rude, but I was speaking the truth. I was tired of protecting the girl. Tired of trying to save this image she was trying to portray. I just was tired of it. Like the truth needed to be told. And it got took down because I learned that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It became an opportunity for a set of bloggers to attack another blogger. And then I get blamed for being the scapegoat and, dragging people into my war and making people a casualty in my war and this, that, and the third. But man, I was in Ohio with my girl and my friends. I didn't ask to be in nobody's interview. I'm getting called to do these interviews. And in the beginning of all this, I sent somebody a video, but I also asked, please don't put this video out. I accept my responsibility, but man, it's not all on me. And me and CC got thrown into something that was bigger than us. And I learned that this YouTube game is vicious. I never knew how many of these folks was in competition with each other and trying to get you on their channel for these likes and these clicks and these views and sit up there and jump in your DMs and befriend you and stuff like that. And not all of them, but some of them do. And getting to CC, my girlfriend, and her business. Because I know that's what everybody want me to talk about. Let me tell you something about CC, man. We, the 6.5, 7 months we done been together, we've been going strong. We strong together, we still together. It ain't been perfect. It's been rocky. We done had our ups and our downs. It done been times where she should have walked the fuck away from me, and she didn't. And, you know, it's stuff that I found out, you know, maybe didn't know right away, or have found out that maybe I should have walked away, but I didn't. But the thing about Cece is her business right now is her business. I don't owe nobody her business just because she's dating me. As her boyfriend, my moral duty as her boyfriend is to protect my girl. Simple as that. I don't care what nobody say. If I'm somebody's boyfriend, I'm gonna protect them. Even if I don't know stuff right away. When I find out about it, if you tell me, you know, you don't want it out, my loyalty go to my girl. Nobody else, no blogger, nobody goes to my girl. And it's just that simple. My girl didn't ask to be on no TV show. I'm on the TV show. The other girl is on the TV show. Her boyfriend is on the TV show. She ain't asked to be on no show. She could have been on the show. She should have been on the show. If you want to get technical, she was on her way up here to be on the show. And she chose not to be. Mainly because of me. I take the blame for that. So she wasn't on it, nor is she trying to be on it. I'm the one that pulled her out of her comfort zone and brought her out here to the public eye. So her business is her business. And it's stuff that had I known ahead of time, I probably would have had a different opinion. But at the end of the day, I will not. I stand on what I always say. I'm not going to, I will not judge nobody. I judge people based off of how they treat me. She treat me the way I want to be treated. And that's what I appreciate. Everybody got a pass. Ain't nobody in this chat on YouTube, nobody in America perfect. So if I find out you got some imperfections, that's fine. I'm going to ride with you as long as you ride with me. End of the day. And there's some stuff that I found out just recently, and it ain't my business to be just spreading out like that, especially when I'm still trying to process it myself. I don't owe that to the world right now. So you put out whatever you want to put out. It ain't going to tear us apart. We still together. All to do is make you stronger. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. I don't owe nobody my girlfriend's business, and especially something that I'm just finding out and trying to process myself. It's too much to be, it is what it is. But I ain't going out here reaching out to nobody. These same folks that say he phone text and jumps from this and this and this are the same people that text and call me 24/7 talking about yellow raincoats and your OnlyFans, talking about each other. It's vicious. Like the whole game of YouTube is vicious. It's wow. And I ain't up here playing victim or nothing. I'm just being, and the same people, like I said, that got on the panel, you know, trying to drag me was just the same night. Again, sucking up to me the same night. You always take accountability. You know, these same two women, just like, I don't ask to be on nobody panel, nobody interview. If I want to say something, I can come out here, right here, and do it like I always do. These are the same two people that will DM the entire cast every week when they get ready to do a review, to have us in their chat and bring us up there so that people can see that the cast are on their channel. We don't go ask to be on there. Or sometimes one of them will come up here on my live chat and say, "Hey, come and talk to us." Okay, yeah, I'm just like that. If I feel like you're my friend, I'm close with you, I will do it. And that's a mistake of mine. And I don't got nothing to say to really nobody like that no more. Like, aside from a few. I feel like I apologize all the time. I will still apologize, and I got respect for all of those folks. Because all those folks are older than me. And I don't get messy like that with folks like that. And I can sit up here and post screenshot of what was going on behind the scenes with me and that girl that wasn't professional and that was getting out of hand, that almost tore up both relationships. I could have been got petty and did that. I just don't. And I won't, because it's irrelevant at this point, because we both done moved on. And at the end of the day, this was never the end-all, be-all for me. Like, everybody think I just want to be this big star and like all this attention. And I ain't gonna lie, you damn right I like the attention. Everybody like the attention if they was in this position. Of course you do. But it ain't never been the end-all, be-all for me. It was the end-all, be-all for her. And it still is. She cares about it. This is her life. This ain't my whole life. I appreciate everybody that's been riding with me, supporting with me, following me, coming up here chit-chat with me, laughing at my reels. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Because I ain't expect none of this. I came into this shit green, not knowing nothing. I had 198 followers. And now I'm at, 70-something K. I ain't asked for none of this, and I appreciate it all. But at the end of the day, I came into this thing wanting love, man. That's it. Love, that's all I wanted. And I got it right now. It ain't perfect. Ain't nothing perfect, but I got it. Like, I got what I wanted at the end of all of this. So whether I'm on a TV screen or not, I'm good. Because I got exactly what I wanted. And that's all that mattered to me. And at the end of all this negativity and this competing back and forth, all these different interviews and just talking to all these different people, opening up to all these different people. I now know you can't trust everybody, and everybody ain't your friend. And I apologize to anybody that I might have hurt. But hey, this is bigger than me. And I can't sit here and bear all this blame when all I did was accepted an interview from somebody that I cared about. Had we known it was going to turn into all of this, we'd have never did it. We'd have kept minding our business. But I got what I wanted. Love. And that's all I could ask for. And so from this point forward, whatever get put out, whatever gets said about me, whatever gets said about CC, I ain't got nothing else to say about it. We ain't got nothing else to say about it. We moving forward. Like, it's just gonna get said. I ain't negative and I ain't gonna make it negative. I just tell my truth the best way I can. I have a habit of getting too loose-lipped sometimes, and sometimes it come back to bite me in the ass, and it is what it is. But I'm still going strong. You see, I'm still up here smiling, and I'm gonna let these people come up here and say what they want. You see, I ain't blocked nobody or nothing. It ain't even fazing me. I'm done with all the messy stuff. So moving forward, onward and upward, like the executive producer said. And you don't like what I gotta say, you don't have to be here. And I'm good. I got exactly what I wanted. Love. What is the show called? Love After Lockup? Well, I got the love. It ain't perfect, but I got it. And that's all I could have asked for of all this. I don't need to do nobody's, I don't need to come on nobody's channel, you know what I'm saying? If they want me to, of course. Of course. I don't never mind doing stuff like that, but I don't need to ask nobody nothing. I could come up here on my own platform and do my thing if I need to do that. But next time you see me, you're gonna see this. You said put Cece on. She ain't requesting to join. Somebody asked me when is Cece moving in. Hopefully the week before, the week of Veterans Day. Yeah, hopefully that week. I think Cece, yeah. I'm gonna accept these two because talk with me. So I'm gonna let this one come up and talk to me. And then one more, then I'm gonna go about my business.
Well, hello, DAONTE.
What's up, man?
I had to join today because I have been hearing
Have to.
so many crazy things, and I'm just like, okay, I have to ask some questions.
Might have an answer. I'm not trying to get messy. So
Oh, I'm not. I'm not here, to at all. I'm just so curious. So the biggest thing that I'm curious about, and kind of curious what you think. So I've been seeing, we're actually in the same Facebook group. People in the Love Life After Lockup group. People keep saying that about her is that she has a criminal record and is married. What is your thoughts on that?
CC's business is her business. Even if I didn't know certain things right away, I don't owe the public her business.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
At the same
Oh yeah.
time, that's why I said I'm not gonna judge nobody until
Right.
I have my own experience with them.
Yes, exactly.
So
It just was like crazy.
even if it's stuff I didn't know right away, it don't matter because
Right.
treat me the way I want to be treated.
Right. Also, oh gosh. So I watched a video someone sent me, and they were saying it was like one of the content people or whatever. It had like a start with a K or whatever. And she was like saying that
Don't get too deep.
Huh?
Don't get too deep, cause I ain't look at it and don't really care to look at it. So
Oh, I was just gonna say what she said, and then I was gonna ask what your thoughts were. So she said at the end or whatever that she said that you keep switching up your stories and things like that to them and whatnot. What is your opinions on that as well?
it would depend on what story they talking about. Like I
She's
said, I
saying
have.
I don't know exactly. She just said that in general. Like, I think I would have to say I would probably
And
the recent stuff.
there's certain ones that I trust more than other ones because a lot of
Yeah,
them do reach out. So
yeah.
I try to
I'm,
be friendly with them all because I'm
yeah.
just a friendly. Man, listen, I ain't about to keep. I'm not gonna
Right.
tell everything to everybody.
Hmm. Yeah. It's just like I was so confused, like hearing everything, and like I'm bad at asking questions or wording them. So like if I seem confusing or whatever, I hope that you kind of somewhat get what I am saying.
Yeah, you could.
Thank you.
But let me ask.
I also want to say I hope as well that you're doing well and everything and
Yeah,
whatnot. Because I know that during the last season, and everything. I know that it's been super crazy for you and everything. So I hope you're doing well and not letting these haters get to you as much and whatnot. So I hope that you are doing well and everything and continue being that awesome person that you are. And I'm happy for you and your new relationship. It looks like it's a lot better for you than the last two you were dealing with.
Hell
yeah.
yeah, we all
We
like
all
it.
are happy for you and we think you're a great
Yeah.
person. So she's definitely lucky and you're lucky as well to finally, it seems like you guys
I'll ask him
work
what his mom
better.
thinks.
My
Right.
dad wants to know what your mom thinks about Cece.
My mom loves
Love your
CC.
mom, dude.
His mom loves Cece. We finally
Excellent.
got the
All
approval.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm super happy for you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. It was great talking to you again. And happy
All right, no
Halloween.
problem. Let me see who else I got. Oh, she got off. There was one more on here I wanted to add because she always she be rocking with me too, but she gone. So I got two questions. Why you care so much about what people think? You don't need to explain. It's not so much that I care about so much what people think. It's just as a man, sometimes you got to come out to your personal defense, right or wrong. Just as a man, I feel like I need to do that. And when you feel like you did something wrong or you played a part in something, you got to come out and do what you can. But all this is a little, too much for your mental, and I'm kind of starting to realize that I was way too green for this game, especially for you two. I did not know you two was that vicious and competitive. I thought that it just everybody was fun and friendly with each other. I didn't know it was like that, and so the mess is over with for us, me and Cece. We're gonna do us and deal with whatever we got to deal with. And the next time you see me on the line, you're gonna see me happy. And so whatever gets said, gets said. I don't have nothing else to say about nothing dealing with no mess, nothing going on over there on that side. It's just it's pointless. It's done and it's over with, and I'm happy and I'm gonna move forward. And whoever I hurt or offended in the past, I apologize all the time. I do it one more time. I do not regret being on TV, no. And yeah, I'm gonna live life, and That's what's important. Everybody live their life the best way they can, and work on what you need to work on. And what I need to work on is my relationship with my girl, and that is what I'm intending on working on. we're in a good place and I want to stay there. So sometimes certain shit make you stronger. But at the end of the day, I love all y'all that's still here rocking with me. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still gonna be on social media. So peace out. Good night, y'all. I've spoke my piece. Yeah, I'm done. Good night.